Good morning everyone. So today, I will be reading a story about the origin of butterflies. Have you read stories about fairies and dwarfs? Do fairies really exist? There once lived an old woman on the shore of Laguna de Bay. She had a large garden where vegetables and flowers grew. At a little distance from her house was a small barangay where fishermen and their families lived. The people often visited the old woman. When they visited her, they would bring her fish, and the old woman would give them vegetables and flowers in exchange for fish. The people believed that the old woman was a fairy. They never saw her working in her garden at daytime. But every night her house was lighted with a small lamp. In this strange light, the people thought that they could see a beautiful woman and many dwarfs. They believed that the old woman was a fairy during the night and the dwarfs were workers in her garden. One day, two strangers came to their barangay. They were a young man and woman who seemed to be very proud. They said they did not like anything that was ugly or unpleasant. They liked to see only things that are beautiful. One afternoon, as the young couple was walking along the lakeshore, they passed the old woman's garden. They saw the pretty flowers. They went inside the garden and gathered some of the pretty flowers. The old woman came out of the house and saw the strangers picking her flowers. She asked them to go away. Instead of leaving the garden at once, they turned to her and shouted unkind words. They told her she was selfish as well as old and ugly. On hearing what the young couple said, the old woman got angry and hurried back into her house. In a moment, she came out with a stick in her hand. Touching each of them with a stick, she said, "You shall be punished for being disrespectful to one who appears to be old and ugly." Before they could move from where they stood, they were changed into butterflies and began to hover around and above the flowers. The story of the origin of butterflies taught us that we must show respect to everyone that surrounds us, most especially to the elders. We must show respect or respect everyone's privacy. If we want something, then we must ask for it. We don't have to do something that can make us bad. There's nothing wrong if we are so proud of ourselves. But we must always consider that every actions that we do have a consequences. Everything happened because there is a reason. Just like what happened to the two couple, because of what they did to the old woman, they showed disrespect to her and shouted her unkind words. That's why the old woman got angry to them and punished them. And I totally agree to the saying that punishment is better than giving a reward. Punishing someone can give them a lot of realizations and regrets at the end, to the point that they were going to blame themselves too much and asking for many changes to happen. We must always remember, before we speak, we need or we should think many times so that we can hurt someone's feeling. In this story, it's all about respect. Respect is a must. I hope you learned something from this story. That's all. Thank you.